Hi everyone, this is Lynn. Everyone being whoever ends up watching this video. Well, I had like two points of discussion for today. My first one is, well, as you could tell by my skin color, I'm black. I know, that's kind of retarded to be like, I'm thinking she was possibly mulatto? Well, technically, as far as I know, in my family, of course, you could say African, came from Africa, so African American. I've also been told that I was part Choctaw Indian and Indian on my mom's side. We don't know what that one was. Choctaw is supposed to be from my dad's side, as well as a little bit Irish. My big thing that I wanted to address was I saw this cute little parody trailer. It was parodying the movie Big, if you know what that is. You get it, you know, little boy wishes on like a Madame Zelda or something. It's not the video game, but one of these little fortune teller boxes, like, I wish I was big, and next thing he knows, he's an adult played by Tom Hanks. Someone made this parody called Black, where these two boys, they're like, oh, we wish we were black, and they wake up and they're black. At the whole end of the thing, at the whole end of their little trailer, they jump into a pool and they're drowned. I can't help it. I'm kind of somewhat an anomaly in that area, so I tend to always be like, don't just say that all black people can't swim. Yes, there are probably a good amount of people that can't swim. I understand that. It happens. There's a lot of history there too. I mean, there was an not actor studio, Inside Sports thing on HBO with Bryant Gumbel, who talked to one of our Olympians who is a black man who was in the last Olympics, who was in swimming, and how he learned to swim because he almost drowned when he was younger. But you know, to me, it's one of those things. It's like, I can swim, and I know some people are just like, really? I don't know. I was a lifeguard. Like I've mentioned before, I'm on a swim club for my university. It's a weird thing. It's like I'm trying not to get mad, but it's one of those things, like, there are some of us that can swim. It's always something that just hits me. I don't know why. It just took me. And it was kind of funny because my response, rather than saying let them drown, is, dude, why don't they get pulled over by the cops? And that's nothing against cops. I know some people from my childhood who became cops, and they're cool people, obviously. But that's another stereotype. Rather than just letting them drown, why couldn't they get pulled over? That's a stereotype. It doesn't really happen on a regular basis or anything like that. I have a weird story about that, but no one got pulled over by the cops, and that was kind of recently. But I don't know, it was kind of funny because that comment got like 4 thumbs down, which by now it's probably gotten 6, and probably no one can even read it. And one guy actually made a reply to me that said, wow, that must have been me. That comment was made by a white boy. And I was like, yeah, I'm not white. I'm not a boy. So I actually asked him to come look at my channel and look at my vlogs, and he'd find out that I'm not a white boy. I'm actually a black girl. Yes, some people might call me an Oreo because supposedly I talk white, even though I'm black on the outside. But I prefer to reference that Oreo thing as I'm crunchy on the outside, sweet on the inside. Okay, my second topic of the day was the fact that the Oscar nominations was on Tuesday morning. It was kind of funny because I had no idea. I woke up, I turned on my television to E! They were showing this show, The Bank of Mom and Dad. I was bored. I didn't feel like getting out of my bed to begin with, so I was figuring, well, let's see all these people asking for huge sums of money. And some of them were bad, but then there was this gay couple had moved out of Florida to California because you cannot adopt if you're a same-sex couple in Florida. And they wanted to adopt a child from overseas, and were trying to get the money because, of course, it costs a lot to, like, bring a child from another country. And they were right in the middle of the discussion and probably close to saying if they were going to get the money, and then suddenly it cuts out and they're like, Oscar nominations. I was like, oh, Oscar nominations. I was still kind of upset that I didn't get to see if the couple got their money, but I was curious. Anne Hathaway was a co-host with the president of the Academy of Arts and Sciences. She looked really nice considering it was probably 5 a.m. in the morning, 6 a.m. in the morning over in LA. But one of the really exciting things was that Colin Firth got nominated for A Single Man, which I love the film. I did get to see it on Friday, that at the theater that I want to go see it at. The movie, which maybe some people haven't heard of, A Single Man, is about a British professor who lives out in Los Angeles, and he's going through a day in his life where he's having to recollect memories of his love that passed away and just deal with the monotony of the day and, you know, get through it. It also stars Julianne Moore and Jennifer Goodwin from Big Love. If you watch HBO, also makes an appearance in the film. I can't really state any other huge stars that are in there. Well, the deceased lover is Matthew Good. If you've seen Leap Year this year, he played the Irishman that I haven't seen the movie, but I can already assume that Amy Adams falls in love with in that film, even though he is British. Excuse all the ums. Well, I'm really excited. I really hope Colin Firth wins because he's had like a really huge amount varying body of work, and this film really did take a lot in there. It was directed by Tom Ford, I believe, who's a fashion designer, which I read that. I was just like, wow, that explains the awesome costuming because it's set in the 60s. So it's a bit of a throwback rather than something just really modern day. Also, some of the other nominees are Jeff Bridges for Crazy Heart, which I've heard about that one. I want to see it. It might be still playing in my area, about kind of an aging singer, as well as there's I've got my computer in front of me, Jeremy Renner for The Hurt Locker. I really wanted to see that film, but I wasn't able to. I think it came pretty limited in our area. As well as, of course, there's Morgan Freeman for Invictus. I love Morgan Freeman's body of work. I don't know if he'll get it for this or not. I wasn't able to see the film. As well as George Clooney is nominated for Up in the Air, which Up in the Air, it is kind of a drama as well as a comedy, so I'm not exactly sure how that's going to run. I feel like there could possibly more be a contender between Jeff Bridges and Colin Firth, just based on that fact. Morgan Freeman, you can't count him out because a lot of people love Morgan Freeman, but he has won an Oscar before, so sometimes you almost want to take that into account, because sometimes, even though it was a while ago that he won his Oscar, they might just be like, okay, let's move around for everybody else, and Jeremy Renner is kind of young in a way. He might still get another chance at it. But I say it's probably between Colin Firth and Jeff Bridges. For sure, Jeff Bridges is in the running, because he won it for the Golden Globe, and if you win it for a Golden Globe, a lot of times you're going to win it for the Oscar. So there's a lot of other Oscar news I want to discuss, but that will be a completely other video, so I just want to at least get this out. Peace out. That was so stupid.